80 years ago, the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were devastated by the atomic bombs. Tens of thousands of lives were lost in an instant, and countless others suffered in the years that followed from the long-term effects of radiation. These events did not merely mark the end of World War II, they signaled the beginning of the nuclear age, an era shaped by unprecedented destructive power and lasting fear. Today, as nuclear threats re-enter global discourse and the non-proliferation regime is weakened, remembering Hiroshima and Nagasaki is not only a political necessity, it is a moral imperative. Each time nuclear weapons gain prominence in public debate, their symbolic value as instruments of power tends to grow. They are treated as currency on the global stage, tools of status and political weight. But memory has the power to disrupt. By focusing on the human cost, on the suffering and the loss, we erode the perceived legitimacy of nuclear weapons. We challenge the idea that they ensure security and dominance. This is why remembrance matters, especially for younger generations. It is our responsibility to ensure that nuclear weapons do not define the future as they have wounded the past.
To carry the memory of Hiroshima and Nagasaki into the future is to remember not just what happened, but who never got the chance to live because of it. Tens of thousands of children were killed instantly, but even more haunting are those who never came into the world at all. Unborn lives lost to radiation, miscarriages, stillbirths, and infertility. Survivors like Setsuko Thurlow have told us about classmates burnt alive and babies born with fatal deformities. The black rain that fell carried radioactive poison into the soil, water, and bodies of survivors. Many hibakusha suffered leukemia and cancer years later. Some watched their children die or could never have them at all. We carry their memories by refusing to let their futures be erased. Remembering Hiroshima and Nagasaki means not only honoring the lives lost, but protecting the generations yet to come. Disarmament is not just policy, it is a promise that no more children will suffer such pain.
80 years since the bombing, in an era where nuclear weapons are deeply woven into pop culture, we find ourselves asking, now what? In honor of those who would have lived, and in honor of those who did, tell their stories, and choose to not let this happen again. Tell the stories of the newborns, of a sky of fire, of horror, and of the innocent whose lives were weaponized for political gain. Don't let Hiroshima and Nagasaki merely be sequences in the history of great power politics. They are harrowing lessons that must inform our behavior today.
We carry the memory of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by remembering that in just seconds, 2 cities were turned to ash. That over 200,000 lives, many of them children, were lost to a single decision. We carry it by listening to survivors who still live with the scars inside and out. By saying clearly, nuclear weapons are not defense, they are destruction. We carry it when we demand disarmament, humanitarian disarmament, right now, not someday. When we push our leaders to sign treaties to stop investing in death. We carry it by educating, protesting, and organizing. Because silence is not neutral. Because every time we remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we are choosing to fight for life. Never again for anyone, anywhere.
Today we remember those who perished and honor the hibakusha, the survivors who have turned their personal tragedy into a lifelong plea for peace. Their stories are not just memories of the past, they are warnings to the present. This commemoration is more than a reflection, it's a responsibility to confront the dangers of nuclear weapons, to resist the normalization of violence, and to commit ourselves to a safer world. As we remember, we must also act so that the horrors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki are never repeated again.
Why should we care about that date of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki? That was tragic, and I'm really concerned about the future of humanity, the future of terrestrial life and life below water. We need to protect any kind of life on Earth. As we know, it's immediate death if a nuclear war happened. It would be a disaster. I do remember those pictures from the past, those lectures of history, and it was really sad to see all of those kids crying, the future generation being having their health damaged by radioactive elements, and we cannot have that occasion again. So we should care about that date, remember all the tragic things, learn from the past and not repeat again.